Okay, guys, welcome to the Harbinger Breakdown. I'm your
I'm Jeremiah.
and I'm Kelcey, the other co-host.
Yeah.
And today we're going to be talking about childhood shows, how nostalgic they are, and how it's different watching them now than it was back then. So, you want to start off?
Okay. The third ranked channel. I'll go first. I'll say this is tough. I'd say Disney XD.
Well, I put the same thing. I also put Disney XD.
Disney XD has a lot of great shows, but it doesn't compare to the nostalgia and the Disney XD is a very new program because Disney came first, Cartoon Network came first, Nickelodeon came first. So we started watching Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network first before Disney XD. So it's a lot of nostalgia connected and a lot of childhood connected to Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. But Disney XD is in no regards a bad program. It just doesn't top the other ones.
Yeah, like you said, I couldn't even rank these three networks. They're so close and so good. I just put Disney XD number 3 because Nickelodeon, I grew up on Nickelodeon. Cartoon Network, I also grew up on Cartoon Network. Disney XD, I really didn't start watching until around middle school, I would say. And also, Disney XD, it only has, in my opinion, really a few good shows. But those good shows are very good shows, though. So don't get me wrong, I love Disney XD, but it gotta be number 3.
I agree.
So, the second show on my list is Nickelodeon, which is a surprise because I thought Nickelodeon would be number 1. But when I was comparing the shows on Cartoon Network compared to Nickelodeon, it was no debate. Nickelodeon, for a fact, was not better than Cartoon Network. Now, Nickelodeon got great peaks. I would argue that peak Nickelodeon is better than almost any network you could think of. But we can't go based off peaks. We gotta go overall. And that's why I got Nickelodeon number 2. I put Cartoon Network number 1. And Cartoon Network, I love cartoons. I'm a cartoon type guy. Live action is good, but most parts it isn't good. Like live action, the peaks, I love live action. Like Lab Rats, Harry Danger, Thundermans, iCarly, I love them. But a lot of live action shows, a lot of them I don't like because the laugh track, it gets so annoying at times. There are times where someone would say a joke that isn't funny. There are times someone will say a joke that isn't really funny, and then you just hear the laugh track.
Or you also have to talk about the longevity of the cartoons and the shows. See, Cartoon Network has a lot of great shows, but most of these shows, they were kid shows. Let's get out the way. They were kid shows that you can't really watch now as you're growing up. But Nickelodeon, that has great longevity of the shows. You have Avatar: The Last Airbender, you have Loud House, you have Henry Danger. Most of these shows, I can go back and watch them now and still be fairly entertained and interested in what I'm looking at. But Cartoon Network, some of these shows, I'll watch it again, but then I'll be like, oh no, I don't want to watch this anymore because it's too childish and it's not interesting anymore.
So, we're talking about childhood memories, by the way. So, as a child, you don't think Cartoon Network was better than Nickelodeon?
In its peak, when I was a child, yes, Cartoon Network was debatably better than Nickelodeon, but now, I don't think so.
See, I don't think Cartoon Network is really childish. Like, Uncle Grandpa, I'll give you that. Uncle Grandpa got a lot going on, you know. But shows like Teen Titans Go, I can watch Teen Titans Go right now. Sometimes it's even educational. It's talking about tax and stuff like that. And the pyramid scheme, it's educational too. Things I don't know as a teenager that you should know.
But most of the time when you're watching Teen Titans, are you lost or are you intrigued?
I'm intrigued. They're talking about superheroes doing silly stuff. Why wouldn't you be
childish? That's childish. Very childish. For me personally, I don't really like the challenge. Alright. Now we're gonna rank the shows. Now we're gonna rank the shows of each network. We're gonna start off with our last rank, which is Disney XD. You go first.
Disney XD. Alright, so for Disney XD, at number 1, I have Lab Rats. At number 2, I have Gravity Falls. And number 3, I have Phineas and Ferb.
Remember, Disney XD and Disney is combined.
Yes, I know.
Okay. For me, again, Lab Rats, we agree right there. Lab Rats is number 1. For me, number 2, I got DuckTales.
Yeah.
For me, number 3, I have Jessie. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to include Disney in there a little bit and include one of the best Disney shows, debatably one of the best Disney shows ever.
Is
Jessie. It had amazing shows, the characters, the cast was amazing, the storyline was amazing. Yes, she's a aspiring singer wanting to come to New York for a better life, and then she's a nanny, and then she gets meet these kids, and it's a crazy new rich family and whatnot, you know?
See, I feel like you just put Jesse there because it's a famous show. I'm not gonna say Jesse was bad, but like it was not that good. Let's be
That's
for real.
why it's at 3.
There are many better shows than Jesse.
Name me one.
Phineas and Ferb, Gravity Falls, Lab Rats.
I don't like it.
Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb is
That's a better storyline than Jesse. Two
the
smart
same
kids.
thing happens every single episode of Phineas and Ferb.
The same thing does not happen.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz, he makes a weapon. He uses the weapon. He causes damage. Then Perry the Platypus stops him, and then his weapon destroys the Phineas and Ferb's contraption that they made.
You explained pretty good.
Every single episode.
But that's consistency.
It
That
is
consistency is key to success.
Okay.
Like it being so consistent, being so predictable is what made it funny. Now normally, if it's the same thing going on, right, you'll be like, ah, no, that's not a good show. But the writers knew it was the same thing every episode, and that's what made it funny. So
I can agree with you.
when you're saying with Jesse, with like her being a nanny and stuff, yeah, you're doing different stuff every episode. But is it funny every episode?
Yes. I feel for me, Jesse, it's more realistic. Because the things in Phineas and Ferb, you can't really do as a child, right? But there's some episodes in Jesse you can do. They went to the park. They had fun. They played around in the house. These things are things you can do, and as a kid, you relate to more, right?
So you relate to having a Komodo dragon?
You can. It relates to having a pet.
So Phineas and Ferb, two smart boys. There are many smart boys out there.
They built a rocket ship, and they went to the moon.
Okay.
On a roller coaster.
See me, when I was a young boy, I aspired to be like Phineas and Ferb. I wanted to build a rocket ship. I wanted to go to the moon. It inspires you to do great in life.
It does. I can agree with you there.
So what's your number 2?
My number 2.
Wait, you gotta do your top 3 first.
Oh, top 3 for
Your top 3
Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our number 2. What's your number 2 rated?
My number 2, Gravity Falls. Now you can't say the storyline Gravity Falls wasn't interesting.
It was.
That's a high level show, better than most adult shows playing the kid show. There's so much mystery. It's so intriguing. The characters are interesting. Like everything in Gravity Falls is almost perfect.
It was.
The only bad thing was it didn't have a 3rd season.
That's where it goes down for me. See, it had great longevity, and then it had great storyline. But once that story ended, it just felt empty. That needed to be shown, that just wasn't there. But for me, my second is DuckTales. DuckTales seems like it was really. After the storyline was amazing, they were trying to find their lost mother that was stuck on the moon, and then they brought her back, and then they're fighting these other villains trying to, increase Scrooge's wealth, right? And after that big plot that happened, it just kept getting better and better. It didn't just stop; it kept getting better, and that's why it's 2 for me.
Well, Gravity Falls got better too. Yeah, I realized that.
It
with
did get better.
Bill, the triangle dude,
It did.
that final season, or final like 5 episodes in the finale, that's the best finale in almost all of children's shows.
I will agree that final finale was one of the best ever to be experienced by a young child, and I hope all these other young children actually experience Gravity Falls because it was amazing.
Oh, what was I forgot.
Rank your third.
My first, all right,
Your third.
I did third. Finish third.
Oh, okay.
My number 1, Lab Rats. Lab Rats, listen, Lab Rats is my show until really recently when I stopped watching it. Every day, I used to watch Lab Rats as a kid. With the 3 bionic superheroes, because I love superheroes as a kid.
Repetitiveness, it kills shows for me.
How's that repetitive?
Repetitiveness kills shows for me. I can tell you what
The
happens
Loud is more
every
repetitive than
single episode. The Loud House is not repetitive. Every single episode of The Loud House, it has a storyline and a meaning to each single episode. It has a goal that they want to reach, and by the end of the episode, they reach that goal.
Jeremiah, the
Every
Loud House
single episode.
is a boy living in a house with 10 sisters.
There's one episode when he's trying to find a crush. He has a crush on
And
someone.
guess who helped him?
And by the end of, and his sisters, by the end of the episode, he gets a crush. And then there's another episode about him, wanting to get a job.
Who
By
helped
the
him?
end of that episode,
Who helped him?
his friend Clyde.
No, his sisters helped him too.
His friend Clyde. And by the end of that episode, guess what he did? He achieved that goal. He got the job. This is the
Okay,
thing.
so the episode, the job. The episode after that, did he have that job?
No,
So
that's the thing.
what do you mean?
That's why it's number 2.
But SpongeBob, right?
Yeah.
SpongeBob is not repetitive. There's something different going on every episode.
Plankton.
The only repetitive thing is Plankton trying to steal the formula. That's the only repetitive thing in the show, and that lasts like at most 2 minutes each show.
I don't know about that, man.
What you mean, don't know?
No. It's very repetitive, and it gets to a point where SpongeBob tries to be funny, and it tries to cater to a younger audience to the point where I don't like it. You know, SpongeBob is one. It was a great show growing up. It was one of the staples when you got home from school. You took off your book bag. You didn't even touch your homework. What did you do? You turned on the TV. SpongeBob's playing, right?
Yeah.
But now, you don't ever really. Oh, let me go watch SpongeBob. I want to see what's going on in SpongeBob right now. No, you don't do that.
But I'll watch SpongeBob right now. But also, I feel like you're ranking this based on how you will watch it now. You gotta include the fact how you watch as a child.
Nostalgia, yeah.
SpongeBob has a whole world, like a whole like place, amusement park in Orlando. SpongeBob gotta be top 3. He's iconic, memorable. He's up there with the great Mickey Mouse.
Nah, you're going too far.
He's
Great
not.
Mickey Mouse.
He's not.
He's not up there with Mickey Mouse at all.
They have Disney World, they have Nickelodeon World, right? Wait, is it called that?
No.
What's it called?
It's called. I don't even know if he has a theme park.
He has a theme park. It's a whole place where like you live in the pineapple.
He's not up there with Mickey Mouse, bro.
He's up there.
Mickey Mouse has been around for how many years? Longer than me and you've been alive combined.
So that's SpongeBob. SpongeBob came out in the 90s.
When did SpongeBob come
The 90s. Did he not?
out? Hold on, we're looking up real quick.
Fact check real quick.
Fact check.
May 1st, 1999.
May 1st, 1999. That's what, 27 years ago? How old are you? You're 16. How old am I? 16?
Yeah.
That's what, third. We've been combined. We were older than Mickey Mouse. Now we're older than SpongeBob. Search up Mickey Mouse. 1928.
But he wasn't really Mickey Mouse. He was Steamboat Willie.
1928.
That's not really Mickey Mouse. I'm talking about like the Mickey Mouse show.
The first Mickey Mouse show.
I don't know if that came out.
Fact check again.
1955.
1955.
No. The Clubhouse came out 2006.
Clubhouse came out 2006. The first show came out in 1955.
Okay, maybe he ain't up there Mickey Mouse now. But look,
When you think cartoon and you think mouse, say the words cartoon and say mouse. What are they gonna say?
you say
What are
cartoon.
people gonna say?
You say cartoon. You say Sponge. You say SpongeBob.
What are you gonna say? Mickey Mouse. When someone thinks nostalgia and they think cartoon, when they think Mickey Mouse.
Okay,
But
but
one of the most iconic cartoons. He paved the way for cartoons everywhere.
who's the icon for Disney?
Icon for Disney. Wait, no.
Yeah, Mickey
That's
Mouse.
Disney Junior.
This
Mickey Mouse,
is
yeah.
Disney.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse.
Who's the icon for Nickelodeon?
This is a debate. Some people say Nickelodeon.
Who people say?
Some people say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Like Sanford Nicholas.
I say that.
Name, besides you, name one person.
I don't know. No, who? A lot of people don't say SpongeBob.
So if I search up Nickelodeon, what's the first character?
Nickelodeon.
What's the first character I'm gonna see?
Third fact check.
SpongeBob. But
I
listen,
give you that.
two people can have different opinions. That's why we're people. But now we're gonna talk about the difference and watching these shows now and watching them back in 2012, 2013, 2014 when we were young kids.
Yeah.
So the most obvious difference is nowadays we're streaming it. We're watching on Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, those type of streaming services. And the difference is, most importantly, the ads. Back when we were younger, we had like 3 or 4 ads in between each 20-minute episode. Each ad being like 2 or 3 minutes. Now, especially on Netflix, you don't see ads. Well, I think they start
You
ads.
see that.
They just
add
started
ads. Yeah.
Yeah. But for the most part, you're not seeing many ads.
I do think now it's easier to binge and watch the shows you want to watch than it was before because when you were a child, you would watch like 1 to 2 episodes a day because you couldn't really go to the next episode. You had to do it based off the schedule of the program. So back then, it was way harder to watch what you wanted to watch than now.
And that's
So, yeah,
not
I agree
important
with that.
schedule. Back then, like for example, if it was a Henry Danger, I don't know the specific day, but it came out. A new episode came out once a week. I think on like Saturdays probably. So every Saturday, if you didn't watch Turning Danger, you missed it.
You missed that episode, yeah.
And you gotta like wait for a rerun to watch the episode. The only way to counter that was record it, save it, and then watch it later. Now in streaming services, you could click off the middle of the episode, come back 2 weeks later, and you could resume from where you left
Save
off.
your spot,
Yeah. So it was way harder back then to actually watch your shows. But it built character though. Taught you patience and stuff like that. Also, another thing I want to mention is how like expensive stream services are nowadays.
It is.
Like, especially with Netflix. You gotta share Netflix accounts because you cannot have just
Yes.
one Netflix account.
You gotta get, because if you get the $7 one, you get ads with that. And you don't really want to see ads with Netflix, so you're probably gonna have to get the upgraded $20 version one. Which most people, they don't pay $20 a month for Netflix, so they share.
And think about it, that's just one streaming service.
One.
Netflix only got like a few challenge shows. They only got, I think,
Avatar.
That's probably it. That's probably it. So you gotta get Disney Plus to watch other shows like
Rats,
Gravity Falls, Phineas and Ferb,
Murphy's Law.
DuckTales, shows like that, Jesse. But then, what about shows like regular shows, Teen Titans Go? You gotta get Hulu for that. And when you combine all three, you're probably paying like a minimum, like at least $50, $60 a month.
Yeah.
Add that up to a year, that's like $600 a year. So it's getting really expensive, and also just overwhelming to find out, which shows on which streaming service and things like that.
I think the up in price is because of the convenience of it, right? Let's go back into the scheduling and whatnot. You would come back from school and you would have a set schedule of what shows were playing at what time on which channels. And if you had to pick between, if Lab Rats and SpongeBob were playing at the same time, you had to choose between these two shows, right? But now you have the convenience of going to whichever show at whatever time you want, at whenever you want. Right? Wherever you want. You don't have to just be home. You can do it at school. You can do it on the bus ride, in the car. You can do it anywhere you want because of these streaming services. But when you were a child, you had to do it specifically at home, at your house, or when you came back from school. And I think that's why the up in price.
It's very convenient.
But the price, I don't think the price justifies the convenience of it.
But
I agree with you.
it's inflation,
Yeah.
Tough time to live in. So one question I have is, which show do you think had the best peak?
Oh, this is a good one. Best peak, I would say The Amazing World of Gumball. It had people waiting 7 years, and they were still talking about it 7 years later when the first season had already ended, right? And then when the new season came out, people were all over it again. And like that, in a day, it was the trending topic again.
But however, in like 2 weeks, nobody was talking about it anymore.
You're right. But the peak, for me, I'd go The Amazing World of Gumball. I mean,
For me, the peak, is SpongeBob. SpongeBob season 1 through 3 is one of the best cartoons we have ever seen. It really revolutionized Nickelodeon, if you think about it.
it's one of the first mainstream popular.
It's to put Nickelodeon ahead of, well, in terms of like money-wise, ahead of Cartoon Network and shows like that, or networks like that. But, that's basically it.
That's basically it. That has been our Harbinger breakdown about cartoons. Tune in with us next week, Friday, maybe?
To be announced.
To be announced. To be continued.